You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Fighter Diet podcast. Today, we're here with Michelle Cerda. At her heaviest, she was over 268 pounds. That's a lot. She'll tell us how she lost all that weight, and she'll also tell us about Uscreen. She's been using Uscreen for the last, I think, half year, and she'll tell us all about it. Pauline, why don't you start us off?
Yes, I want to introduce you to my client, fighter at warrior Michelle Cerda. So Michelle Cerda has been a long time trainer. She's been, I believe she had a competition, so she was training in the same way I was training, heavy and hard through the kind of gym culture mentality. Michelle is a very strong woman. She has the dedication. She's super focused. She can do whatever she wants to do in her life because she had that mentality of no matter what, she would keep on going. That sounds like everyone wants to be like, right? But that is the flip side because when you have that passion to get yourself to do what you want to do, you also have the other side of the complete kind of demon in you. And so I know that in Michelle, she has that mentality that I have, the warrior mentality. So Michelle, can you tell me how that double nature of the type A, all you go, all forward, is also combined with this flip side of, but how do I kind of handle myself with this and not feel like I'm always punishing myself? That this kind of toxic self relationship. Can you tell me about that journey in fitness?
Well, for me, it was like you have to go. You have to constantly do and keep going and keep doing no matter what. So if you mess up, who cares? Just keep going. It's burnout. It's like burning the candle from both ends. I have a lot of energy, but I can also burn out really fast. So not having any direction in my life before coming to Fighter Diet, I didn't know how to train properly. So I was just doing things that I looked up online or that somebody just said, here, do this and not show me how to do it, was frustrating. And so wanting something without knowing how to get it, you get frustrated, you get down, you get upset, you don't know what to
You know,
do.
yeah, Michelle, so you made this big change of, you lost a lot of weight, but before that you got yourself into a competition shape. And you told me that you had a coach or a trainer who got you through this program and it was completely different to how we do it now. Can you kind of just like differentiate how you used to do it in this body and fitness training and versus what you do now with Fighter Diet and Me?
Yeah, well, I lost all that weight by myself. I got down to 140 pounds and then I got down to 109. And I built a little bit of muscle just using 5 and 10 pound dumbbells. And I met this woman online who was a fitness coach and competition trainer. And she says, let's get you ready for physique. And she says, what are you eating? And I sent her my list of my menu. And she says, that's too much. It was about 1,200 calories. And she says, you need to eat a whole lot less and you need to lift more. She gave me a list of workouts to do, but not showing me how to do these lifts, how to progress and to build more muscle to get me into that shape. And she's also, like the old gym culture, carb up, carb load, which I was doing, but I ended up where I was 109 and pretty shredded on my own. I ended up gaining 45 pounds back on, and then I didn't know how to get it back off, and she just left me. So
How
I
did that
didn't know what to
happen?
do.
So can you tell me, like, when you got into 109 and then let's say, like, how you got there focused, and then there's like, now you're there, and this kind of just, I don't know what to do with myself, right? And
Yeah.
then how did you go from focus on fat to, I'm going to try to maintain this? Can you tell me, like, how that flip is like, I don't know how to do that. Like,
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Nobody was there to guide me along to tell me, okay, you need to do XYZ to maintain where you're at or to progress and build more muscle
yeah.
while keeping your body fat off. I had nobody and I didn't know where to go to find this information out. So it
And
was,
then you met keto, right? So what
oh
happened
yeah.
then?
Well, I was always hungry. I was always hungry. So I saw these ads are like, if you like to eat here, keto's perfect for you. You get to eat all the fat, the bacon, the steak with the, like, okay, yay, I can eat. And I'm doing it and I'm reaching out to these little communities and they're like, oh yeah, no, you can't work out and like lose weight and build muscle while you're doing this. You just eat the food and you lose weight. It's just easy. And I'm thinking, that doesn't make sense, from what I know about losing weight and eating for satisfaction. It doesn't go hand in hand that way. So I wanted to work out, but I couldn't with keto. It just is a double-edged sword.
Pavel, I have to interact because no.
I think your hair is covering the mic a little bit. Just could it?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, so is it better now?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Or I can take them out because I'm so loud.
Okay. Sure.
Took away from Bluetooth, so
Yeah. That's okay. That's better. Okay.
crazy. I'm not when I'm trying to be good. Okay, so Michelle, in 2014, I lived in Miami for a year there, and my friend, she was doing keto. And she was trying to do keto to get she could not lose fat. And I was like, I know what you're doing, right? Like I knew she was not consistent, but I didn't have the wording yet. So I said, okay, I'm going to try the keto diet because I cannot shit talk like I do about keto and not having even tried it. So then I had the same thing. I'm like, wow, I'm going to be able to eat bacon and cheese and like eggs and like everything, like in a theory, how they marketed it was like, well, that's, of course, all the food that I should have, and it makes sense, no carbs as long as that. And then I was so happy, and the first day I was on it, and I just like, how the heck? It was so little, and I was just so shocked. Like, wait, I understand I can do it, but not that little. And then it became like, and I lasted almost 6 weeks. And then I just ended up binging on 2 pounds of roasted macadamia. Fat, right? And then I couldn't do it. It was just so stupid. And then I just like, okay, I know the complete elimination. And that's why people, but it's about the marketing. So can you, Michelle, in this group of community, I see all these women who keep on subscribing to that mentality, that coaching, that fitness of all, but then you can't do it. And then overwhelmed, right? And we don't want to keep doing that. So how has it changed with me? Like, what are we doing now? And how has it changed with what I coach you in? Like, what we do now? What is your lifestyle like now?
It's so much easier. I have so much more direction now that I found you in the community with the Fighter Diet, because I've got support from the women in the group. Helping others understand what we do in turn helps me understand a little bit more each time. You guiding me through how to do these lifts and progress them and keep building muscle and change my body style and how I look and how I feel, and eating, like with the keto, like you said, 2 pounds of macadamia nuts, almonds, but I love vegetables and I do like some fruit on occasion, but with keto, you weren't allowed to eat any of that. And so I'm looking at my sausage patty and my 1 slice of cheese and my avocado, and I'm thinking, this is all I get for the day. I'm hungry. And so with Fighter Diet, I can eat. So I'm happy eating, I'm happy training, and I'm happy learning all the time. It's happiness in a whole, in a package.
Michelle, so one big thing that I have all the respect for you that you have this. The thing is that with me as your trainer, so here's the thing, you guys are listening to this. Michelle and I have been training the same way in our life for decades. So we're different. 15 years we've been training, or 20 or 24, like how long have you been training?
Gosh, yeah, a long time. Yeah.
Like I'm like a quarter-century person training, right? So imagine the way we be conditioned hard and heavy is the way. And if you don't believe in this dogma, it's almost like you're, like I said, an infidel. And people in their gym culture and in whatever CrossFit or your gym, and my Mecca, you're going to go through this. If you try to stop what you've been raised in communities, in strength training, fitness, you're going to be like you are and converting into kind of Zumba life. And you're going to have this kind of shame on you for not doing heavy and hard anymore, because everyone has a stoic personality that mind over matter, and you gotta understand the grind has to continue. Struggle. It's like this kind of weird, like, oh, so we shouldn't live to be happy, we should just struggle, and it's about feeling guilt if you're not supposed to eat just for whatever kind of, don't like it, just do it as that's what I call, Pavel, I call this the missionary life, that it doesn't have to feel good, just have to be to produce babies. That kind of mentality in life, in fitness life. So we have this kind of, if you dare to go and try another way so you can actually progress the way we do on training, the way I do now, right? No, that's not cool enough. We're gonna shame it. I had done that in my past. Cardio bunnies, toning. It's like I look down on people who did what I do now because that's what they have to do. And now I just love doing this. But Michelle, you have gone into that one because I got Michelle to try my training style, which is, it looks like everything's too light, too easy to build anything, because you have to feel it, you have to do it, you have to understand training and training development and how you do it. But remember, people are terrified about what you don't even understand. So then Michelle was going to be in a group, right? Defending what we do together, and then having everyone ask, how do you know this is going to succeed? How do you know this is going to be? So I told Michelle, don't have them psych you out of this because you're insecure or don't know. You have to trust it. Keep me close. I'm going to do this. I'm going to live my fitness life training for the whole world because I understand how scary this is. You are doing this. And that's why your transformation in your body, how I see the muscle, it's so fun to work with you because you're doing the work. And I need more bodies. I can't just train my own. So you have so much confidence and trust, and you have the leap of faith, and that you believe that it's almost like I feel like you have blindly taken, okay, Pauline, I'm gonna trust on you because there's no reason for you to work this hard for me for no reason, like this. And I'm leading and you're doing it, and that's why I'm getting chills here, and I'm sorry I'm going all this because I can't keep it together. I salute you for having that heart in it and trust in it, that the worst thing that can happen is that you are just not gonna make it to the level, but you're gonna make it a shit ton more than if you're so scared of all fears and you're holding on to the fears and you're not even being able to do what you want to do, but the fears hold you from trying. So salute and all my respect to you, Michelle, for doing all I'm asking for. Give it your all. Don't listen to all the fears. Just do it and trust the feeling in your body. And that's how you feel, right? You feel free when you don't have to overanalyze and ask everything.
Yeah. And I'm the overthinker. You guys all know that in the group, especially, I overthink everything.
Yeah.
And I did that when you said, let's just do Uscreen. Stick to Uscreen. Don't do anything else. And so I'm okay. Little hesitant because before Fighterdiet, I had done some other video style training communities, but they were just do this 6 different videos and 90 days. But they didn't show you how to do the lifts to your ability, to load them properly, to progress further using the same video. It was just a repeat for 90 days. And then buy another set of videos for another 90 days. So it's, they keep reeling you back in and you're not getting anywhere. You get just far enough that you buy into it more. But like with Uscreen, it's, they're evolving videos. Yeah. You teach us how to progress and go further and work them to our ability. So if we can do more than you can do it. If we can't, work your way up to it. You give us a goal to reach. And that's the fun thing about Uscreen. I was so scared to try it because of my previous experience, but I said, nope, Pauline says to do it. I trust Pauline. You're the only one who's helped me. I'm going to do it. And I'm so glad I did.
And I'm doing this for me. So here's the thing. What people forget is that I don't have a leader who leads me on telling me how to trust myself, how to do that. I have been my own leader my whole life. And that is why I'm like saying, sometimes I wonder, like, ladies, you are waiting for some kind of messiah to give you, this is the solution. If it does, you're going to do it. You're going to be happy. I'm like, you might be like me for all your life, never trusting to do what you know you want to do, because why didn't I do this for so long? I was too scared. I was scared when I saw how tiny the dumbbells felt, even though I felt like I can't even do it. Like now I get excited because I'm like, ooh, so much gains I can make. Like I love to show, like, look, I was so heavy and hard and I can't even lift my half my leg. And I love it, but people can't handle it. They don't see that my excitement of being weak is the way I can become strong. So this like, they just get discouraged. Like, I should be lifting. I'm like, you don't. It's like sometimes this is how I feel. I have to show you guys. This is how it feels to work with people. I don't know why I'm not strong, okay? I don't know. I don't want to reach out to support for people are expert and know exactly how to do it, but I don't want to. I feel so weak and I can't lift. I mean, I listen to people live for a long time. I wanted to have done this in one day. I know how to do it. What can't I do? I don't want to. Why do I have to quit? Like, it's all I want and I just don't know. Like, I just want to give up. I don't know what to do. There's some people, I'm like, hello. Can you try 1 minute on my 10-minute session of the meltdown routine? So it's just like, but that's human nature. And all I'm trying is to do two things in fitness industry. One, educate people about practice, that you're actually athletes without a sport until you die. That's the expectation. Number two, get over yourself. Who do you think you are? You're going to think you can know a whole science that hasn't even been examined to all the areas because nobody does the whole life like I do. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm busy living fitness life until I die so I can lead you on it. Like, how long are you going to wait? So it's just, sometimes we have to just realize life goes. Okay, it's going to continue. Whatever you do with the time that you are dreaming, how much do you want to dream? Don't you want to make it real? That's what I want in my life about. You made that, Michelle. That's why I have you on my feed, because you motivate me. You show that my work at work. You know how exciting that is for me? I mean, it's like, bring the calorie-free popcorns, right?
Yeah, like my leg, I wanted, visible leg definition, and we talked about my goal August, and you said you're going to be surprised it's going to happen before then, but August is a good time. That's a good goal. And so I thought, yeah, okay, and it probably won't happen in August. I kept thinking, even in the back of my head, but again, just trust the process and put my faith in what you're doing and just do it. And, you were right. I surprised myself. I've got leg definition that I wasn't even expecting and didn't know was there until I was like, well, let's take progress photos. So, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. So tell me about that thing so here's the thing. There's a typical trend that nobody wants to post photos because when you don't do what you should do, and people are expecting to see too much in a visual versus what is actually expected, everyone gets pissed. They stop posting and then they stop doing what can be seen in a photo. So it's all like this of, welcome to reality. You're going to get your ass handed to you because you need to have patience. And that is why we do the accountability, to teach you that you're going to keep on showing up and keep on working and believe in the system, because this change has to open time after time after day to become a thing. Just look at your garden. Did the tree happen overnight? It didn't. So you have to give yourself patience. So that's why I gave you this podcast and said, hey, guys, I know you want to see the change, but before you can see it, you have to do the change. You have to be the change, and you have to do it for a long time. Why do you take the photos anyway? Because to teach yourself to not give up, because it's not your way every day. That is the whole thing, because you're going to want to have the results when you have done them at enough time. So, Michelle, how is it to train with me on Trainer? Like, can you tell me the different ways you can actually use the Uscreen? You don't have to follow along if I'm too busy, because, I can go all out, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, so sometimes you're talking and you're walking us through the video, but we've already started the move, or I've seen the video before. So I'm just going and doing it, and you're like, okay, we're going to start now. And I'm thinking, I've already been doing this for 2 minutes. I'm going to die here. You're like, yeah, and good thing I work out at home, because I'd probably get kicked out of any gym. But yeah, the weights, sometimes I'm looking at the weights you're using and I'm thinking there is no way in hell I can use that heavy of a weight. And so I'll start out with a lighter weight and I'm thinking, geez, I should have just started heavier. So the next time I do it, I do the heavier weights, and then I'm regretting using the heavier weights. So it just, every day you never know what you're going to get with the video, because you never know what you're going to be able to do that day. So it's fun.
I love that. That is the one thing that when I go and it's real live workouts, like I go there and many times everyone's gonna see how I fail on what I expect, and then I'm not grumpy. I'm showing and I'm educating what is the next move, right? Like, okay, you couldn't do this set and you want to do this, how can you do it? And that is how I feel like simply by subscribing to be there to watch, you're gonna learn more than you have in any. And I look through the books now to see A and B, like here 1, 2, right? And I get it now, because there's so much you miss out from not seeing video. Like, I really saw it like in a whole other way, because I have really put into, the education at the same time, especially in the beginner ones. So can you tell me how it feels sometimes to kind of do jogging or cardio with me at the same time?
I actually was hesitant with those too. I thought, okay, 10 minutes, unless I'm like running or sprinting, this isn't going to get my heart rate up. But you're in there jogging, or like today I tried the hula hoop video for the first time, and I actually did 4 of them, and I thought I was going to die. I was drenched, after the first 10-minute video. And this is a hula hoop. We did hula as a child, and here we are as adults doing it, and we're getting a workout. And so jogging in place, you're talking, you're having a conversation, you're educating and telling us just facts of life, and it's like having you in the room with us. So we have a cardio partner wherever we are. We hit play and you're there. So that's one of the best things about it, I think.
I feel so connected, because when I go in here, I have all you, my clients and warriors, in my mind, and I'm like, okay. Because when I do it, it's hard for me to have silence. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I work all this stuff. My body, my pains, I still have to show up. And that is why I do it, because I'm saying, who am I? If I can't make my life to make it to work out for you, right? So for me, it's like, I better do it, because I cannot expect anyone with that to do that. It doesn't matter, that motivates me to always be the one who's gonna show up there for everyone. Because what kind of leader who kind of is not a captain, right? Like, I am the captain on, and not the Titanic, but on the Fighterdiet ship, and I have to lead here because it's mind over matter with me. And I don't want anyone to think it's okay to kind of just quit on it, because it's a mind over matter. That is the principle. And you have that, Michelle. That is why it's like, you are in my mind so much, because I see how dedicated you are, and the way you inspire other people to show up, and your way of expressing and keeping it up, and allowing yourself all these feelings up and down, that you allow people to see how completely rational mind can be, and how that is just to observe, not act on it, and to teach you, and also have you to, one thing that I love to have you as a client is that you allow me to have my validation, to sign off on the program, that you just, hey, Pauline, can you just vouch on this? Not because I want to be policed, but how am I going to come back to you when you're struggling, when I know I know this is the confidence I can have. There's nobody in the whole world who's going to be able to motivate you to stay strong alone on the other side of the whole world. But I can, because I know what it takes to want more than you want that moment. And you are one of few I knew who would call me in to win over yourself when everyone else in the whole world says, I want to be weak. Sorry, but I'm so full of respect for you. You have really a very utmost, whatever you need as in resume to just show this is what this person's character is like. You have my word. I'm going to write it up and sign my name on that, because you deserve that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I feel like you guys have been what I was always searching for. I never knew who I was searching for, what I needed, but then you guys came into my life, and it's like, this is it. This is what I've always been looking for. Yeah, and I've got her too.
and Pavel, one thing I wanted to say about Michelle too, because everything is connections and relationships. We are all roles in each other's life, why we connect and so on. That when you find people who have the same dedication, the same drive, and understand the struggle isn't what we want to escape, we want to embrace it. Those people are to die for, because these are the kinds that you kind of, eagles. And that is, eagle is a term, like you don't want to fly around ducks because they're flying on a lower level. You are flying high, and that's why I just love having you around. So just before that, I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Paula, you have questions you will ask Michelle.
Well, Pauline and I talked before, and we talked about having you involved in Uscreen more somehow. So we can talk more about that. You're obviously a great example of how Uscreen can change lives, right? And I do customer service for Fighterdiet, and I see these questions all the time, like how many reps is in a challenge, how many sets, and all these traditional questions, right, about traditional weight training. And this is so much different. And I wonder if people just don't trust themselves, or I wonder if they need the accountability in their notebook to say that they've put down 10 reps instead of looking or feeling what the Uscreen exercise gives them. Yeah, Pauline.
The problem is that my people, or like the people that look at me, have been training the same way I have. They're sitting on the insecurities, fears. They're broken, they're injured, they can't do what they want to do, but they're living in the past thinking that they're gonna be, because hope, right? So now when we come with this new training style, it's just they don't trust it, so they have to see it. That's why I rely on strong muscular women like me and Michelle, and Lena, who do the workout to show, like, we don't even count the reps, we count about biofeedback, we care about how it feels, we pay attention, we listen to our heart. If we want to train, that is why, because if we don't want to train, we're not going to do it, and how are we going to build muscle then? So we believe in the love. If you can trust the love and the feeling, that's what we say, do it again. And then just know the same principle applies. We have all been listening to in Dogma and bodybuilding. Progression is more weights on the reps, more reps with the weight. When you can't do it more, change the exercise. That's it. We do the same thing here. 50 reps on my 50-50 routine I'm going to post today is 30 seconds. That's hypertrophy training range. It's just everyone believes you're training harder than you do, me including. So that's why I'm laughing at myself and I'm showing, like, look at this one. This is what my ego lift 2016. I didn't want to record myself. It was my private time because Pauline didn't go ass to the grass. I didn't even go to parallel, but I wanted to do 240 pounds. Yeah. And the whole gym salute my shitty form because everyone loves to be strong. Bullshit. So I know all about it. That's what I'm saying. I'm calling out everyone. I said, what do you want? You want a perky butt and a body that looks like a 20 when you're 70 and do what it takes and know that you have to be humble? Or do you want to believe in a lie and a myth and never get results and just believe in what you did and you're not happy? So it's like loss, right? So it's all about just be open to transcend. Don't be 20. Be your now, and then be proud and happy, and that's it.
Yeah, because what worked before isn't going to work in the future. I mean, little bits of it here and there might, but you got to mix it in with the new stuff. You know, you can't just constantly eat the same meal all the time and expect yourself to be happy or continue to wait.
I mean, how interesting is it to read the same book every day? I mean, you're gonna copy it and then you're gonna say it, but do you really do it with intention? Like, it's like when people just say like Holy Mary, but they don't even listen. They just like, like you just like parrot. No, you want new excitement, novelty. That's how the human nature is. That's why everyone is like, forget who they are. Like, if you're not happy, satisfied, and having something to do, you're gonna do all the wrong stuff. Isn't it what they say? The idle minds are the devil's mind or something? I don't know. But if you just sit, like this is what people do. I'm going to wait to see what happens when I don't eat. I want to eat. Oh, what am I going to do? It's like, yeah, don't ask. Pogo it, right? So, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, this has been fantastic just sitting here listening to you guys, and we could go on forever. But it's been 25 minutes and we try to keep it within half an hour. So Michelle, any like last words for this podcast for maybe for newbies or people that are scared to try Uscreen?
The old is the old, the new is the new. So put away what you used to do in the past. Try something new, give it time, be patient. Nothing good and worth your time happens overnight and is a quick fix. You have to put in the effort to learn, and you have to put 110% into what you're doing when you learn that information. And just put that ego down. Throw it out the window. You don't need the ego to build muscle or to lose weight or to learn. It's simple. It's hard for me to explain and give tips, but it's simplicity and complexity all in a package, all in a bow, wrapped in a bow.
Yeah, and I want to summarize a little bit here because what you said. So this is what a lot of clients say to me, that they say that they love me, you know, they really love what I do and so on, but they don't want to tell me because then they feel like, fearful, because, and I say, I know why, because you believe that I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna hurt you. So you want to defend yourself. That's why. And the same thing with ego. It's like everyone is protecting something to win, but they're not winning anything. Because when you're holding back, you're also allowing yourself to never grow. So I'm trying to make all the women feel confident and happy and proud of being practitioners. So our communities, we know we are here forever. We want to be here forever. We don't want to be out and be done, because when we're done, that's when we go back to revert back to bad. So I'm trying to make it into our community where you are a strong contender, where you are part of the Fighterdiet spirit. Is we are here for the struggle. We are here to be our best. We know we're going to fight with ourselves a lot, but we also want the happiness. This is what makes us feel alive. It makes us feel human, and we have no shame and no nothing. We just want to be in a group where this is what we do. End of story, right? That's how I feel.
I feel those are good parting words. So thank you very much, Pauline. Thank you very much, Michelle. This has been great. Can't wait to show it to the world.